talk really quickly about letting go and I don't know, love and stuff like that. We're just gonna flow. But shout out to Bieta, I don't know, for this. I'm pretty sure these images are AI generated, but I'm not entirely sure. But it's Native American background, and I'm gonna throw this goddess hugging the wolf on here, just for a background about letting go and love. But yeah, my tribe is, I don't know if I'm gonna pronounce the name right because I really haven't come in contact with too many people that have this descendant. I have come across, but like not that I know of this exact tribe, but my family's tribe is Wampanoag. I think Wampanoag. Wampanoag. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Want to honor that heritage, that background. But like Kendrick Lamar said, where you from, not where I'm from. We all indigenous. Sorry, I just had to sprinkle that. Anyways, about letting go. What are we talking about? indigenous, bro. Ah, man. I like my background. I've always had my grandma, especially Italian descent. She had, dude, Native American pictures all over the walls. All over the walls, dude. It's wild. I know I said this video was gonna be like about love and letting go. I don't even know where to start really. Do I just flow? Let's just flow. Let's just flow. That's the authenticity of my channel and the way I yap, I guess. We got this goddess on the screen, so let's talk about that for a second. You guys out there, if you're struggling in your life when it comes to mental battles, mental games, things like that, it's what I've realized from my own life, and I guarantee this is something that's probably going on for you, is whatever you have attachments to love, attachments to money, attachments to outcome going a certain way, control, basically control. You have to let go of that control. You have to, first of all, let go of the meaning you're giving something outside of yourself. Because if you're watching this channel, I'm thinking that you're coming to realize that you're one with God and your source. If you're one with God, really hear me. If you're one with God, you don't need anything outside of yourself. Why would you? Doesn't make sense. God supplies my needs. God supplies your needs. Source, the universe is always in conjunction with your spirit. Or, well, yeah, your spirit is source, but at the deepest level, it's source. But your human spirit, the universe, God is always communicating with you through signs, blah, blah, blah. It just takes the right eye to see it. So you have to understand that your attachments to things, your programming, the things that you've taken on for year after year after year, is really what is causing that pain and what is causing that overthinking. Life is much more simpler than we make it out to be. It really is. You know what's funny? I really think the truth is so simple that they make everything else in reality complex so that like we run in circles trying to figure out, like they keep us running in circles in a grand scheme of this game, running in circles trying to figure out why they won't just make it so simple. I feel like that's the part of the game, like the reverse psychology idea is like they're just making it, but it's ironically so freaking simple. It literally is. If you're stressing, if you have anxiety, if you have depression, if you have any of these things, look at what you're defining outside of yourself to have power over you, so much to the point that you can't express yourself. And if you have this anxiousness for the future, or this almost like, it's attachment really, like for an outcome to be perfect, look in your past or wherever in your life, unless you just developed it, of where you've never had control of an outcome of something to play out in your life, something that you weren't in control of happening to you. I don't know what it is. I came from some pretty serious circumstances. You know, I was burned by my mother's boyfriend when I was very little, held down in a sink of boiling water, dipped and cooled off in boiling water. That's a past version of me, but that identity created a lot of what I became in the future and what I was stuck not getting over in the future. This idea of safety, having to feel safe in my own chakra system, having to feel safe in my own frame, knowing that, you know, that wasn't everybody, because that set the stage for adults can't even be trusted. I became very cunning, very clever, very introverted, but also very charismatic. And I tell you guys these things because I'm telling you the things that are causing your pain are the attachments, are the things that may have happened to you in childhood. It is your attachment to these things. It's to this story that you're telling yourself. And others have said this in so many other videos. So for me to say it in my own way, my own unique way, I just have to say you really have to power through. And sometimes it takes cursing the skies. That's what I did. Why me? Why me? Point me to the truth. Why is this always happening to me? Why am I the one out of everyone to be different? Why is there so much pain in the world? Blah, blah, blah. I'm getting chills when I'm saying this because this is my story. And finally, I let go. I was like, I'm done. I let go. And the answer came to me. This is all an experience. If you are able to realize that, you will realize your divinity once you finally let go. There are circumstances in my life that have been so bad where I had control because of trying to have control in scenarios. The external showed me where I wasn't in control, and it took that control from right up under my hands. And then I realized the only thing I ever had control over was my mental state and my reactions to the things that were happening to me. So what did I do? I went within and realized the only way to revise this and have the universe attract to me proper experiences that benefit me and or things I want to experience is I had to see it here first. I had to give it to myself first and let go. I had to let go of what I was holding on to that wasn't serving me. It was serving me when I needed to complain. It was serving me when I had to be that lone wolf, like, oh, this is always happening to me. I need to be alone. I can't. I just, that need, or just, it never happens for me, or this, and I'm against the world. Actually, funny with starting the video with a little Kendrick Lamar quote from a song, because I just seen a Instagram post where it was a quote from his Twitter where he said it used to be him against the world, but then he realized it was just him versus him. That's 95% of what life is, and 5% of the shit that happens outside of you. I'm really, like, from my own life, I'm speaking on that. I have been through circumstance after circumstance, and I came to a point where I realized there's something in me wanting to experience this. I'm talking from things that are mostly like years ago at this point now, because I've gotten to the peace part at 25. But beforehand, it was turmoil. I was led down the whirlwind of awakening, losing friends, people calling you crazy, this, that. And I realized, holy shit, it was all me. It was all me. It was all me the whole time. And that was the easiest realization I came to. And I think that's the part that scares people back into religion when it comes to spirituality. You are responsible for everything you did. It's easy to go outside of yourself and blame the devil or blame something else. I was doing that, just not in a religious sense. Why me? If God exists, why me? No, because God exists, me. Because God exists, me. My own consciousness. And also part of it wasn't, if you think in terms of soul contract, of course, when you came here, you probably came with certain, you picked the family you were born into and the certain experiences you were going to go to. But then there was a point where you gained autonomy over your life and you decided to start thinking certain things. But when you were a kid, those younger ages, getting programmed by your reality and everyone around you and taking on the beliefs, and now you have to be the one, born with breaking this generational curse. You took on and made identities wrapped around those certain things. But the breaking the curse is right here. It's this, maybe this video for some of y'all. That was me. I had to break that. My thought patterns and the things I did and sacrificing my someone until there was nothing left in myself were things that came from my own mother. My own mother. I have a video where she said this to me, where I met this dude out in Texas and I talked to him and it was very fun. He was fishing. And I talked to him. That was actually metaphorical. I didn't even realize that at the time for what he was fishing for, or the symbology behind that. But right before I made that video in public, I had talked to my mom on the phone. And she had told me, like, I'm so proud of you and things like that. And she was like, man, you are really, she said, you're really like me. Like, you are, it's like I came here to experience this individual as my mom to break this curse. But the idea of doing something for somebody over and over and over to the point where then you have nothing left. She said she was like that her entire life. And I broke it very early. Not in a people pleasing sense, because you know the things you're doing are bad or like are not helping you, but you're still gonna do it because no conditions. That can sometimes put you in a bad spot where it's like sort of like people pleasing, where you don't know when to stop or when you need to put back into yourself. But yeah, man, I'm telling y'all, gotta let go. Gotta let go. You don't need anything outside of yourself. God supplies all your needs. Everything I've ever wanted and ever got, it was one realization one day that I had to go within myself and give it to me. And it didn't make any logical sense. To me, all this game of consciousness and spirituality is not logical. And none of it's not supposed to make sense. Because your higher self, like when you have a spiritual awakening, it's very funny. This is the part about letting go too. When you have a spiritual awakening and you go through that process of the shadow, maybe people calling you crazy, family excommunicate you, you're the black sheep, whatever. What's very, very funny about all that? It's like showing you that you needed to let go, or that reality that you were in wasn't real to begin with. It's like you woke up out the Matrix, the Truman Show, with certain people reference. You're letting go. It's forcing you to let go and realize the things that you were holding on to might not be as they seem, right? There was actually something else I wanted to say with that, but why I'm saying all this is because you notice how when you're not trying, you're not efforting, you're just being this being, you're just existing, not attached to anything, or maybe even in this state of boredom, everything is fine in the stillness. But then reality, at least how whatever beings that have control of at least this aspect of it, or really just really big families or whatever, it's a game to pull your awareness to each and place, to keep you constantly wondering what's next and this that, instead of out of the stillness. And a lot of indigenous cultures and tribes knew it was about being in tune and being one with everything around you and the nature around you, and being I think for the majority of this video, I'm sorry because the light is right here. I was looking off like at me on the camera instead of at you guys. But yeah, man, it's funny. It's like a game to pull your awareness and always keep you in this state of like a squirrel brain, or this like not short attention span, but that's also like TikTok and short form content. But this constantly keep you looking outside yourself, outside. When you need to look within and let go of this, because this is what's causing your pain, the attachment to this. Anyways, much love Moonlight. I don't know. I said much love Moonlight like I'm on my other channel. It's so wired in. I got to become Solithic Shift. I need a different outro. Jeez. That dude, much love Moonlight is so wired into me because of my other brand. It's crazy. Love you guys. I'm out. Let go and be you.